So Diane, I'm looking over here at the screen and I'm thinking, how do I do this? The base will absolutely scorch me for this, Diane. And I'm thinking to myself, do I do it? So I am your host, BKP. You're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. Good morning, Diane. I wonder how many tuned in today to see if I am still wearing my Trump watch and got my Trump pin, and if the hat can still be seen in the big shot mainframe. How many of you out there said, is this the day he takes the Trump watch off? Is this the day? Is this the day that he retires the 45, 47 pin, puts it in the desk drawer? I know you did. Then, on top of that, I'm sitting here. Diane, I want number 95. I'm sitting here, and my first move of the day, I'm just going to take the scorching, the flamethrower, I'm going to get it out of the way, pull the Band-Aid off, and say, Brad Raffensperger did the right thing? I'm listening. Folks, we have our own little Epstein file, our own little $140 million Ponzi scheme has been played on innocent people. There are, question mark, when this is all over, we'll see everyone involved. We'll get to the bottom of who's tied together. What did they know? When did they know it? Why didn't they tell it? But the Frost family, First Liberty, all you have to do is giggle it. All you have to do is Google it, one giggle away from a Google, and you'll find First Liberty building and loan, $140 million Ponzi scheme. Now, we have not heard a single word, unless you have, and you're going to share it with me, from Josh McCoon, the chairman of there's a receiver already to take the money back. There's another candidate I'm looking up so I can make sure I report accurately. I got a phone call that another candidate has returned their money that they received from the Frost family back. Not Candace Taylor. But Brad Raffensperger apparently received $8,417.15. There was an in-kind contribution, which was valued. You have a value when you get an in-kind. And he has put it in a FedEx. He took a picture, nice political stunt there, and he sent it to the receiver. Apparently, the Frost family supported him in 2018. Maybe he received money or something else later on. But the Georgia GOP Inc. has received an enormous amount of money from the Frost family. They could go through their books in a matter of 48 hours, get an idea. Josh McCoon could come out and show the media the victims come first in this crime. The chairman of the Georgia GOP could come out and say, the victims are first and foremost in this crime. We're going to, we're going to return this check to the receiver at the current time until all the balances are reconciled. And I get that. All right. What do they have to return? What don't they have to return? What don't you want? What don't you want, the green beans or the corn on the cob? So that being said, Brad Raffensperger stepped out. No other lawmakers have said a word, and he returned his money. Brad Raffensperger, the Secretary of State in Georgia, which you know him nationally. Oh, you know Brad. Mm-hmm. He has pulled two very nice political stunts within 3 days. He may run for governor. May run for governor of Georgia. Okay, so that being said, now Diane, give me this one right here. Give me number. We shall find it here. I just want you to know this. Well, yesterday, I received a text message yesterday, and I was like, no, that's not real. I'm serious. I was like, that's not real. I mean, I've got to say Brad Raffensperger did the right thing. Give me number 87. So this is the albino rhino. We know him as the albino rhino. This is the up-and-coming cult leader, the Jim Jones of Coweta County, Brantley Frost, the fifth, okay? And he wants to start a new cult, right? So David Koresh Frost there, First Liberty founder's son, launches new lending firm after collapse. That didn't happen. No, that didn't happen. And then you go here, number 88. Now, this is Brant Frost the fifth, who was there all the time, who did all the commercials for First Liberty. And let me remind you, there's investors that lost their money that have said in articles he was in on it. If Brant Frost the fourth was not in the office, the fifth was. He handled things. I think there's an article out there that said he has even issued payments, interest payments before. So you go to the Secretary of State's website, and you've got Heartland Capital LLC, Noonan, Georgia, Coweta County, Brant Frost the fifth. He opened it on July 4th. No, I'm sorry. July 3rd. July 3rd. He registered it on July 3rd. A week later. Now, he registered it on July 3rd. Finance and Insurance, Heartland Capital LLC. I want to know something out there. Someone out there can find this out. Did this young lad, okay, very recognizable in airports, like he's the whitest of the white guys you've ever met. You can tell by the way he dresses, his seersucker suit, and his lack of a complexion at all in an airport. Did this guy leave the country recently? Did he? I just want to know. Now, let me move on because we got to talk about Trump. Trump's thrown us under the bus. He drove right over us. Boom. MAGA. Boom. Back over him. We got to talk about it. So now don't forget in this right here, I think I have it here, Diane. Yeah, give me number 38. There is the First Liberty, and I do want to open with this for a reason, okay? Because unlike anyone else, this is a major. This First Liberty building and loan, they gave money. Now I have said, back up, BKP, slow down. Not everybody here is a villain. All right. So if you have someone out there that received campaign cash from these people, That doesn't make them the bad people until they refuse to return it to the victims. That's when we'll help you determine when they switch to the bad people. So just because you see that First Liberty Building and Loan, donated to your House rep, your state rep, whatever it may be, across the country, all right, that doesn't make them the bad people. When they don't return it, that'll be different, and we'll all put that list together very soon in the near future. But right now, because these people, this is large, these people have they have $140 million Ponzi scheme. They've given money to Mike Johnson. They've given money all across the United States. They have investors from all across the United States. This is FBI kind of stuff. This is intertwined with the Georgia GOP, which handled a lot of money for the RNC. There's a lot going on here. There's a receiver been appointed. And here is the guy's name, S. Gregory Hayes. Now, if you don't write ugly, I don't like when people write ugly stuff and they attack. Stay professional, okay? But if you know of something regarding the family, finances, things they may have spent money on, any tips that you may have, send them in a professional way. Not just wasting this guy's time. But if you have something, send it. Now, here's the reason I want to push this. The entire family is involved. The Frost IV and the mother Krista groomed all these children. They were all used in the church pew. They were all used at the altar. They were all used at the church house. They were all used in different religious forms. They were all used in political circles to pull in their prey. They were bait. Whether you like it or not, the way I put it, the kids were bait. They were put out there as bait to reel in investors. So anything and everything you see, regardless of who it is in the family that has spent money, it's ill-gotten gains. And he needs to know about it. So write it up and send it in. All right. Now, we'll get more into that at 10 o'clock on the Georgia Hour. I don't think I can redo this little segment. Maybe we could crop this and open it up, the Georgia Hour with this. I don't know, Diane. Now, take that down. Yesterday, I was accused. I was accused by a candidate running for state office that I sounded like a Brad Raffensperger man. Let's be perfectly clear on that. I follow politics. I study politics. I report on politics. I'm not a Brad Raffensperger man. And I think the guy that sent me that message knows it very well. He's just upset. I'm sending out messages to politicians saying, when are you going to comment concerning the victims in this crime in Georgia by Republicans? When are you going to do it? And they're getting mad at me. So I said, well, Brad Raffensperger did. Why do you like Brad Raffensperger? No, damn it. Sorry. Anyhow, now here would have been my suggestion. Okay, number 59. Trump, if I was you, President Donald Trump, my president, I still got the hat. Everybody relax, right? I have not left. My president, Donald Trump, if I was you, I would have done two things. I would have come up with an exit strategy and not just the key, okay? Not just a gold-plated, chocolate-plated with gold key to the White House. I would have come up with an exit strategy for the world's richest man. I probably would have let him have his pick to NASA. And I would have bought little X a bicycle or something. Just saying. On June 6th, I debated this. When Musk came out and said Trump was on the list, I debated this. I said, watch this develop. Don't forget, this is the world's richest man. Don't forget, he's the world's richest man. Don't forget, he was on the plane. He was on Air Force One. Don't forget, he went to the fights. Don't forget, Elon Musk sit at Mar-a-Lago and was there for when Joni Ernst was not going to vote. Go look for the pictures. When Joni Ernst wasn't going to vote, I think for Pete Hegseth, and she was summoned down there. Go look and see if you can find the picture where Musk was at the table to intimidate her that I will invest in your primary challenger. This is a guy that when he was Donald Trump president-elect, lived at Mar-a-Lago and sat at the table for almost every meeting for every cabinet member that came through or anyone that was going to be in the administration and the transition. I just think the exit, I would have fixed that exit. Just saying. Now, the reason I say that is, Elon's out there, number 60, and we'll show you again. Number 60. Wow, amazing. The Epstein killed himself, and Ghislaine is in federal prison for a hoax. All right, give me video one.
Could I just interrupt for
Sure.
1 second? Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years.
Just saying. Now, my favorite yesterday. I've told you this, okay? Before we get serious, there's a lot of things going on that normally on any given day we would be cheering. We would be saying, go Trump, go. We would. There's a time when we would believe that maybe Biden or Obama or somebody put something, or Nancy Pelosi, and altered the files, or Merrick Garland altered the files. There was a time we probably could have believed that. Not after. Not after. Right? Because we know the January 6th Select Committee. We know the lies. We know they destroyed evidence. We know it's very possible that everything on this case has been altered, tainted, and is not credible. Got that word? Got that word? We know that's possibilities out there, right? So why did they run the narrative? Why did they fuel the hoax? Now, I have to tell you, if Alex Jones starred in a movie, I'm serious, if this guy, number 129, if he was starring in a movie and he got shot and he was supposed to die, the next scene said Alex dies from a gunshot, and it would take 6 minutes for him to die. It would. It would take 6 minutes for Alex Jones to die. And I love it. I would watch the movie. I would watch the movie. I'd rewind it and watch Alex die again for 6 minutes. But even Alex Jones, give me that one, and here's give me video 5.
If you talk about this, I'm going to excommunicate you. Well, you're not the Pope, bro.
You're not the Pope, bro. I clipped that out. That's my favorite. You're not the Pope, bro. Alex Jones, you're not the Pope. Mm-mm. And then give me video 6.
Anyone who disagrees with anything I say is banished.
Give me number 130. Anyone who disagrees with anything I say is banished from my cult, Alex Jones. Give me video 3.
They're stupid people.
So when we come back, we will start with stupid people. I'll take stupid people for 300. Alex Jones. Wow. Normally number 121, 121. Normally we would be here right now cheering that Comey and Brennan are under investigation, criminal investigation. We would be just cheering that. We would. Now, a third party, is it possible that they do some damage? But the biggest question of the day that we ponder: to fire Jerome Powell or not to fire Jerome Powell? That is the question. Who appointed Jerome Powell? Just saying. Take a break.
At Days Chevrolet in Jasper, we're proud because for more than 65 years, we've built a legacy of trust for the families we serve. That's why 80% of our business comes from repeat customers and referrals. When you treat folks as well as we do, word is bound to get around. Days Chevrolet in Jasper, family first since 1959. Days Chevrolet. Days gets it done. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
Okay, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I do. I appreciate every English teacher I have that watches the show. You don't upset me. You need to know that right out of the box. You do not. Okay? I got my was and were. I got my was and were. Okay. I got it. That didn't upset me. That don't upset me. I mean, was is past tense, right? So if I say blah, blah, I get it. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. You need to know that doesn't bother me. I'm with you. Send me those text messages. I never want an English teacher to leave here. I just want you to know point blank, when I get wound up, I'm a grammatical nightmare. I get it. I understand that. But I just want to know, did you miss the point? So if I were, if I was, shoulda, coulda, woulda. I'm your host, BKP. You're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com, where you can always send me a message, make a comment, and let me ask you a question. You think you're the first damn English teacher that ever corrected me? Oh, that was great. Sorry. That was not to be offensive. It really wasn't. Hi, Diane. How are you? So that was not, I promise. But when you do that, it only takes me back to when that teacher called me up next to the desk and said, if you would only study. Damn. They said I had potential. All right, Diane, let's get the rolling here. Hey, what about this? You should have heard this guy's excitement this morning, 1:37. I was watching the local Atlanta news about 4:30 this morning. They come on at 4:30. I was watching the local Atlanta news. This guy was all excited, Coca-Cola, to start using cane sugar. So Trump dropped out. I mean, Donald Trump has stepped in it, okay? You can get mad, turn off the program, hate me, but Trump has stepped. You know, Trump went out and look, folks, I almost feel like, here's how I almost feel with the whole Epstein thing. It's almost like you asked me to go snipe hunting. I'm just saying. And if you didn't understand that, I can't help you. I mean, you go hunting a good snipe. And while you're out there in the farmer's field, you come back, do you get a snipe? No. But I sure as hell stepped in a pile of something. Donald Trump stepped in a pile of something. You can get angry and leave. I didn't do it. So Trump says 109. Trump says yesterday, well, Mexican Coke for everyone. Now, I love a good Mexican Coke. Do you like Mexican Coke? I do. I mean, it only costs 3 times as much as the other Coke on the shelf. High fructose syrup, whatever that they make it with. Mexican Coke is pure cane sugar. Oh, a glass. You can get them in 4. It's Mexican Coke, just like Mexican. You can get them in 4s, $12.95. I don't know. They're very expensive. That's why I only drink like 1-2 a month. Oh, but it's a nice glass bottle. It takes you back. It really does. Anyhow, but do you ever write one of these major corporations a letter and you get a form letter back that says, thank you for your interest? Thank you for your interest. We'll take your concerns into consideration, and we hope you'll continue to drink our amazing products. Basically, that's what happened when Trump goes out and he says, number 110, he says, Coke is going to start making everything. I've been speaking with Coca-Cola about using real cane sugar and Coke in the United States, and they have agreed to do so. I'd like to thank all of those in authority at Coca-Cola. This will be very good move for them. You'll see. So here's what I'll do is I'll call MAGA a bunch of dumbasses and say they're just stupid people. It's a hoax. The whole thing. Then I'll fix Coke. That's what I'll do. I'm sorry, man. This is just laughable. Then this afternoon, I'll fix Coke. Yes. And Coke basically sent him the standard letter. Thank you. Thank you for reaching out. We're glad to know you use our products. I'm sorry. So I just thought that was funny. Now, let's get serious. Yes. And I mean it. Let's get serious. Now, 79. Now, why are we still talking about Epstein? And let me just say this. We don't have time to go into it, but, Charlie Kirk does not understand. All right. Nice young man. He's running a nice little camp for kids that is borderline cult. Don't. All right, whatever. Get mad at me. I don't care, right? Charlie Kirk, he's a nice young man. Turning Point's not the worst organization in the world. It's borderline. It's where he runs like summer camps for youth. Borderline cult. He doesn't understand. And I'm going to get this. I mean, it was so bad yesterday. Charlie Kirk came out. He doesn't know what to do. So he runs a summer camp, 7,500 kids this past weekend. He gets everybody on there. Megyn Kelly. He gets Tucker Carlson. He gets Laura Ingraham. It doesn't matter. He gets them on there, and he is the one that keeps whipping this Epstein into a frenzy. Charlie Kirk. What is he really doing? Then he comes out the next day in the podcast. He says, I'm tired of it. I'm not talking about Epstein anymore. His base freak out. The children get upset. They freak out. And he has to come back. And yesterday he comes back and he's like, okay, I'm going to talk about it, but I'm going to clear the president. But I'm going to talk about it, but I'm going to clear the president. It was horrendous. And I have to tell you what, I'm going to look you in the eye. I still have my Trump pin on. I say that for every reason whatsoever. He is my president of the United States. I supported him in 2016. I supported him when he came down the escalator. As a Christian, it was difficult, but I have supported him. We'll talk about that at a different time. I supported him in 2020 when they stole the election from the American people. I supported him in 2024. I support him this morning, July 17, 2025. But was he on that plane? Is he on a client list? It's possible. If you don't think it's possible, your discernment, your ability to rationalize, come to think things out and see that there is possibilities, then you've crossed the Rubicon of a cult. I'm sorry. I keep apologizing because I don't want you to really be mad. I don't like to attack people, but that's where you're at. So my way or the hoax way. Angry Trump says he doesn't want to support a stupid Epstein conspiracy theorist. All right? You're out. So Diane, you don't have to answer this, but you know how long ago in the past, all right, we have talked about different things where what? You are witnessing the demagnification of America, correct? We've said that. We have said that on this program for months. We've showed you little things where the separation is coming. The demagnification of America, it's separating. We've told you that for months. You're here. The RNC, they don't care. The Georgia GOP Inc., they don't care. These candidates, they plow forward. So, that being said, video one.
Could I just interrupt for 1 second? Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years.
Okay, so I didn't do it, as you well know. 67. We're going to throw a couple things out here, and we're going to tie it all together. Now, on a normal day, right, there's a possibility that we could be on day 179, and of the Trump administration, and we could be here in major celebration on inflation. There's a balance there. Celebration on maybe some tax cuts. Celebrating the fact that tariffs are bringing in some money. There's an argument on who's actually paying that bill. We could be celebrating so many different things that are happening that could be positive. We could be celebrating this morning the dismantling of the Department of Education. We should be celebrating a bill that Trump will sign, clawing back $9 billion that we will not be printing, that Joe Biden put in the pipeline that is not printed. We have till Friday to pull that $9 billion back. What is that? That was a Doge plan. Who was the head of Doge? Elon Musk. I mean, we could be really on here going through. James Comey's daughter got fired. Now, James Comey's daughter getting fired yesterday, we'll bring that up. But you remember the other day, what did I tell you the other day, Diane, right? Pam Bondi may have gone in the Department of Justice and said, get me anyone connected to the following investigations who have a name, a cousin, whatever. She could have done it, and she could have put every file in her desk. And she could have come out on one day and fired 260 people legally and got rid of them. And I just brought that number up. I don't know that that's the number. Or what she could have done is used a file when needed. So like yesterday, all right, what can we do to change the subject? We got to change the subject. There's got to be something we can do. Let's fire. Let's see, where's it at here? Give me number 122. Let's fire James Comey's daughter. Department of Justice fires federal prosecutor Maureen Comey, daughter of former FBI director, played a role in the Epstein investigation. 123. So what do you want to do today, brain? Take over the world, Pinky, like we do every day. Department of Justice fires Maureen Comey, daughter. Let's fire her. Yeah, fire her. Maybe that'll change the narrative. And let's remind people, 121, that this guy, Brennan and Comey, are under investigation. 121. Did it sound like 21? They should be under federal investigation. Some of them, not all. I'll get attacked. Give me 121. Thank you. That Brennan and Comey are under federal investigation, right? Now, mark this down. I trust nothing about the Democrats. Mark this down that could it be possible that something's altered? Merrick Garland, we don't trust him, right? Peter Strzok, all these kind of people. These people we do not trust. But you can't say that now. If Trump would have come out, he's in office, he's in there a month. Now, do you remember his first 30 days as MAGA, as Trump supporters? You remember that? Every day he was at the desk. What are we signing now? Sir, you're signing something that says, boys are boys and girls are girls. Give me that pen. You hold it up, right? Remember that? You remember that? And we all cheered. We did. We all cheered. And what if on one of those days in that first 30, he would have looked over at the little guy, I forget his name, that would always give you the summary of what the executive order is, which so many of those executive orders now are being ruled 6-3 by the Supreme Court in the executive branch's favor of the powers of the president. Okay, so anyhow, what if in one of those 30 days you got up every day wondering what the hell will he sign today? Right? What if what are we signing now? So this next executive order is to release all the credible information concerning Jeffrey Epstein's file to the public, knowing that the file has been in the hands of the Democrats for several years, and we have high concerns on what credibility the file any longer has, if there's credibility in the file. But what we can find credible, we're going to release. Give me that pen. Hold it up there. Then MAGA's cheering. And MAGA starts going out and selling it for you. And MAGA starts saying, Benny Johnson or Benny and Alex and they start highlighting every day on what criminals the Democrats are. And they highlight every day, right? Give me 118. They highlight every single day, MAGA, that Democrats January 6th Select Committee, they're carrying your water, Bannon and all of them. And they run with it. We don't know what's in there. We don't know what Merrick Garland put in. We don't know what Obama told them to do. We don't know what they deleted. And then we get to use the word credible. We get to what one word is, bam, credible. 30 days in, sign it. Everybody, right? Megyn Kelly's running, little Charlie Kirk over there with his children. They're all running it. Everybody's running the narrative that the file may not have credibility after it got into the hands of Merrick Garland. Right? You could have. What did Kash Patel say? Where is the file, Kash? The FBI has it. All you had to do was that, then. You see, this has got to do with Elon Musk. You don't have to like the Muskie. You can hate the Muskie. You can get rid of your Starlink and tell the Muskie to go to hell. I don't care what you say, how you feel. You brought the richest man in the world into the damn White House. You put his little kid right there, picking his nose right next to the Resolute desk, and you cheered him on as some hero, and then you kicked his ass out the back door, took his little NASA guy away, right? It's I don't know if we could be friends anymore. What the hell? And now he's blowing it all up. Well, I don't know that this is all Elon Musk. Yes, it is, in my humble opinion. But you could have had Elon on your side. If you'd have just said 30 days in, not day 175, 176, 177, 178. No. 30 days in, you could have run with credibility. 30 days in. What did Kash Patel say? Hey, Kash, where is the file? The FBI has it. You had all this time to tear down the trust of that file, and it wasn't yesterday or the day before yesterday, and it wasn't telling me that I'm stupid and I'm an idiot because there is friggin', this right here, this doesn't make me the bad guy. So if someone can send this to the president of the United States, that I do like my president. My God, I just went through 4 years, a guy that did not know what end of the hall he was at in the residence quarters of the White House. He didn't. They had to set up a fake Oval Office for him and carry him and walk him over to set him down on days that it had to look like he was in the Oval Office, but he couldn't get downstairs. So no, I'm not attacking, but when Musk comes out with this, Mr. President, and he does, And this is what he throws up out there. I had it here a minute ago on the hoax. 56, right? This is some of the stuff out there. 56, 57. Musk slams Trump's defense. Then you have 67, how Elon Musk X is fueling the MAGA Trump split. Number 67, you got Laura Lomer saying Epstein could consume Trump presidency. There's a lot going on over there. And you've got wait a minute. I've got I think I have a couple Musk quotes here I want to put. Yeah. Number 98. Where is phase 2? Where is phase 2? I mean, I have actually texted all of the people in the picture, DC Drano, all of them, and said, why would you participate in an Epstein file phase 1 stunt? Why would you do that? Because they did. Where is phase 2? Folks, let me say something. You know, when somebody says, okay, give me number 99. Bullseye. This is Elon out there. Bullseye. Gronk. Flight logs show Bill Clinton visited Little St. James 12 times, Prince Andrew multiple times, Alan Dershowitz, Kevin Spacey, Chris Tucker. Trump flew on the plane 7 times, but not to the island. Are there likely to be electronic records in any government or commercial computers recording who traveled on Epstein's plane in the U.S. Virgin Islands? It's saying, right, that Trump was on the plane 7 times but did not visit the island. Now, I'm just going with that, all right? I'm just saying that. There's enough pictures of Trump with Epstein, Ghislaine. They know each other. We're sitting here today. We know Jeffrey Epstein we don't have records of trades. We don't know how he became a billionaire. We know he did blackmail. Let me say this. We're going to go to break. We're going to come back, and we're not finished with this. Oh, I wonder if they're interested in Russia. Russia Today, number 83. I wonder if they're interested in Russia, number 83. Only stupid people care about Epstein files. Look, we are at a point in this country where we want justice. We want justice for the little guy. We want justice for our children. We want justice in this country. We don't want select justice. We don't want tiers of justice. We're not okay with children being raped. And because they may be in our government or may be in Hollywood or may be tied to a foreign country, we're going to cover it up. And I have to tell you, see, I've lived, let me get this clear. I live in Georgia. I've considered Georgia. I love it here. I do. I love Georgia. I love my woods. I love the rivers. I love the beach. I love Georgia. I really do. But I live in what I consider the most corrupt state in the United States. And I've watched people tell me for 5 years now that I need to move on from the 2020 election. I've been told that. I've had politicians saying, do you think that has died down? See, they're always looking at the vote. They're always looking at, can I get the vote? Do you think that's died down yet? What do you mean died down? I mean, is there a statute of limitations on stealing an election? I mean, do they just have to get 2 more years, 7 years, and they get away with it? I don't know. But I have sit here and watched politician after politician in Georgia tell me to move on. And I tell you what, in America, we're about tired of move on. Building 7 collapsed. Move on. Right? Stole an election. Move on. Got politicians in compromising video. Move on. We're looking for justice in this country. Real, tangible justice for the American people, the little guy. All right, so we're going to take a break. We're going to come back and visit some of the network. What did Charlie say yesterday? Was he trying to carry the water for both ends? He was burning that candle at both ends over there at Turning Point. We'll look at it when we return. Take a break.
At Days Chevrolet in Jasper, we're proud because for more than 65 years, we've built a legacy of trust for the families we serve. That's why 80% of our business comes from repeat customers and referrals. When you treat folks as well as we do, word is bound to get around. Days Chevrolet in Jasper, family first since 1959. Days Chevrolet, Days gets it done. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender. We take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
I want 137 in just a minute. 137. I'll give you my cue. Sir, this whole Epstein thing, it's a mess. I mean, a tangled web we weave. And I don't know how to pull this thing apart. I mean, I know what we could do. Give me 137. This should fix it. We'll give them Mexican Coke. Give the people Mexican Coke. For the people. I can't make this up. I mean, Trump has stepped in it, okay? You can get mad at me, and I keep saying that, and I really don't care how mad you get at me. He has stepped in a pile of, I mean, they should have brought that city boy out and put him out there in the field and say, you know, you see what that is? You stepped in it. 130. Let's go to the farm, sir. We'll talk about Epstein at the farm. First, we're going to go snipe hunting, and then we're going to take you out and show you what you just stepped in. Anyone who disagrees with anything I say, banished from my cult. Let the people drink Coke with sugar in it. Pure cane. And the people cheered as the king gave orders. Just saying, I didn't do it right. I love it. Give me this one here. This has made my day. All right. Video 6. Alex Jones. It's absolutely made my day. Okay.
Anyone who disagrees with anything I say is banished.
And then you have number 5, Alex Jones.
If you talk about this, I'm going to excommunicate you. Well, you're not the Pope, bro.
So let's go with you're not the Pope. Let's go. You're not the Pope, bro, for 500, Alex. Give me number 114. We won't go down this road all morning long. I didn't create this mess. Oh, I want 14. I don't want that one. Thank you for your response, quick response there, but I want 14. Right. So we're looking at each other and we're saying, wait a minute. So why did these people participate in what I call the binder stunt? Why did they do it? Okay. I mean, just saying. And hoaxes and mirrors, give me number 59 and 60. Now, let me give you some of the morning. There's comments out there, and I'm just showing you this. 102, remember we showed you this. Steve Bannon, right? We're going to lose 40 seats. Then you've got Elon Musk going to start a new party, the American Party, number 98, where it's phase 2. I'm like, wow. Wow. Okay, this is getting interesting. Then you have number 81. Trump puts this out. We're going to talk about this in a minute. Right? This very long, the radical left Democrats have hit pay dirt again. And this is what I said before we left. This is a little too late. This is too late. It really is. Everything else, it's too late. You cannot pull this play on the American people. Now, you can't do it because, okay, this scandal, JFK, CIA, this scandal, we'll get this one. We'll uncover this one. This one here is where we'll drain the swamp. Just wait. We'll drain the swamp on the next one. Like, what? So, thank you for your attention. Make America great again. Don't even think about talking of our incredible and unprecedented success because I don't want their support anymore. So Trump put this out. Then you got number 85. I just want to show you 85. All right. And he gave them this right here. This guy right here, Steve Bannon, has always been a grifting con artist. All right, take that down. Now, the opening, and I want to pay attention to a couple things. Video 2, MSNBC, video 2.
It's all been a big hoax. It's perpetrated by the Democrats, and some stupid Republicans and foolish Republicans fall into the net. And so they try and do the Democrats' work. I call it the Epstein hoax.
Will you ask Attorney General Pam Bondi to release more documents to finally put this controversy to bed?
You know, whatever's credible, she can release. If a document is credible, if a document's there that is credible, she can release. I think it's good. But it's just a subject. He's dead. He's gone. And all it is certain Republicans got duped by the Democrats.
And yet certain Republicans, including this administration, kept this alive. That was President Trump yesterday, continuing to dismiss the outrage from some of his base over the handling of the Jeffrey Epstein files, even going so far as to say he doesn't want their support anymore. The question is the president at risk of losing substantial support from his MAGA coalition? Also ahead, we're going
to... It was a hoax. Stupid Republicans caught in a net. I don't know where I could get it today, but if I can, I will be doing the program in one of those nets that they catch the tuna, where they go out for the tuna and they get a crappie in there, whatever. I might be swooped up in a net tomorrow. I'm serious. I'm thinking about it. Stupid people caught. Credible. Release. He's dead. You got duped. That's what you're going to say about me? Okay. All right. But listen here to credible. If it's credible, you can't lay that groundwork now. It's too late. It's too late, baby. It's too late. You can't lay that groundwork now. That ship sailed. Credible, 30 days in, executive order with the word credible, and explain to your base then all your influencer, your Megyn Kellys, your Charlie Kirks, your Steve Bannons, Joe Rogan, go on the show. Well, Joe, I came on here and told you I was going to release it. But once we got to looking at what's in the FBI, Joe, you'd be amazed. And I can't give the American people false hope on something after we've looked at this in the FBI. Why not? I mean, you got Shane Gillis. You may not know that name, but you've got all these people like, wait a minute. If we've been duped, we may feel you're the duper doing the duping around here. Don't know what that meant or if it made any sense. So give me credibility, right? Video 3, right?
Work. They're stupid people.
Now, here's Charlie Kirk. Remember, he put the summer camp for children, 7,500 together, where parents paid $3,000 a piece. I don't know what they paid to get their little children's down there to the indoctrination center of Charlie Kirk's Turning Point Action. That fires a lot of people up, but that's just the way I see it. And so they were down there and they whooped everything up into a frenzy, got it just in time for all the news cycles. And then Charlie come out. I'm not talking about this. I'm just, nope, not me. And then yesterday he had to go two sides. Yes, this was tough on little Charlie, the millionaire that has grown his little. Anyhow, video 4.
Once again called the president out yesterday over his administration's handling of this case.
Mr. President, the emphasis on Epstein is truly the best intentions of your most loyal followers. And it's not that people are saying, they want to learn about Epstein because they have any suspicion of President Trump. No, have an understanding of your supporters and your followers here and know that they're not trying to take you out. They're not trying to fall for a hoax. A leader who can convincingly bring transparency to this case will win loyalty and support from people who have been jaded about politics. And Trump can be that leader.
Bringing this into the public arena was President Trump. That's a matter of historic record. It's not up for debate. It's the administration and their handling of this, which is why everyone's talking about it. It didn't have to be handled this way. It's been abysmal. And people aren't satisfied. And that's what all available polling shows. I find it stingingly ironic that Trump compares all of these things to these hoaxes. And the reason we know they're hoaxes is because evidence was released.
If you talk about this, I'm going to excommunicate you. Well, you're not the Pope, bro. I mean, you're not speaking from the throne ex cathedra. Anyone who disagrees with anything I say is banished. And I'm not saying Trump land is a cult. The Democrats are the cult of hating reason and logic and common sense. But when Trump starts behaving like that, it starts getting into cult territory.
They're not the only ones. Trump's former national security advisor, Michael Flynn, joined the chorus of unhappy allies yesterday, posting his own lengthy statement on social media, pleading with the president to reconsider his stance on this case. Joining us now, White House reporter for Politico.
All right, so let me say something that will, Charlie Kirk, Mr. President, it's not. I mean, could you get any more like Charlie? Mr. President, it's not that our children are suspicious of you. We're not suspicious of you. Now, look up the word suspicious. Look it up in the dictionary. I'm going to look you in the eye in the camera and say, I am suspicious of President Donald J. Trump. Now, I don't know him. I heard Tucker Carlson say, no, he's not on there. Tucker said he's not on there. He's not that kind of guy. He's not evil like that. Okay, fine. But I'm going to tell you this. You cannot get away from the amount of visual pictures of Epstein and Trump together, Ghislaine Maxwell, Trump together, Melania together with them. You can't get away from the level and the number of pictures. You can't. Now, and you cannot get away with, hey, look, this day is here. I'm going to call it. Trump didn't mind a Playboy bunny. He didn't mind at time a Playboy bunny. He didn't mind a porn star if it made its way around him. Now, folks, if you cannot look, here, if you cannot look yourself in the mirror, I think this is an opportune time. Number 17, Charlie. If you can't look yourself in the mirror and say that Donald Trump, right, spent a lot of time around Hollywood. Donald Trump has spent a lot of time around Bill Clinton. He spent a lot of time around Jeffrey Epstein. He spent a lot of time around Ghislaine Maxwell. The guy has been around a Playboy bunny or two. He's been around a porn star, right? I mean, the guy has said things, done things. He has. I'm not attacking him, but I can look myself in the mirror, right? He has. Donald Trump has been very friendly with Bill Clinton in the past. So do I think he's on the list in sexual activity with underage girls? No, I don't think that. But I can't close my mind to any of this at all. And I can't say he's not written. Elon Musk said he is. Elon Musk said Steve Bannon is. I don't know. And I can't close my mind and say that didn't happen. And I have to say, wait a minute, there's got to be some reason you don't want people to see everything. So you got to be able to look yourself in the mirror and say, this didn't go well. Demagnifying America right here in front of your eyes. And you know who's playing this? Let's go with, Alex, Alex said exactly what he said. You're not the Pope, bro. That will always be my favorite. You're not the Pope, bro. CNN Video 7. I wonder if they opened up running some Epstein conversation. Video 7.
President Trump called them weaklings falling prey to Democratic BS. He now claims the conspiracy theories are a product of the, quote, lunatic left. Here's what he said on Wednesday.
It's all been a big hoax. It's perpetrated by the Democrats, and some stupid Republicans and foolish Republicans fall into the net.
House Speaker Mike Johnson is calling for all credible information from the Epstein files to be released. He's just one of several Republicans who don't think the subject is ready to be dropped.
I think the president, Attorney General Pam Bondi, they will make the right decisions, but I'm always a believer in transparency. I think more is always better.
You need to have all of the credible information released for the American people to make their decision.
The idea that the DOJ and the FBI, who prosecuted cases related to this, don't have any idea who Epstein's clients were and that he had no record of it, of the clients. I don't know. I find that kind of hard to believe.
I have to disagree with the president. I don't think human trafficking of young teenage girls being exploited by billionaires on a private island is boring.
CNN's Kristen Holmes.
Okay, so let's go with this one, and then let's come back to the question, what would separate Trump from the base? Right? That's Charlie. that's my little guy, Charlie. He was looking himself in the mirror one day and he didn't know why that puppy wouldn't play with him or talk to him. It was really cute, so I took a picture. So that's Charlie. He usually comes up and visits me around 10 o'clock. I have the door closed so he can't come in here and get his picture on the show. Take that down. So remember, Trump said, right? What did he say? What was the quote? I could shoot someone on Fifth Avenue and get away with it. So the media has done everything they could. It said, what could possibly happen? What could possibly happen to separate Trump from his base? Is there anything out there? Let's go with, remember, did you hear Mike Johnson, what he said? The word of the day. Say the secret word. Say the secret word. Win $100. Say the secret word. Who was that? Right? It's not very good. Say the secret word. Little bird falls out. Say the secret word. Win $100. The secret word of the day. Credibility. Credibility. Mike Johnson. Yes. I take anything credible in the file. Get me Mike on it. Mike. Credible is the word. Got it? Got it, sir. So that's what Mike Johnson said. Video 8, CNN yesterday. Here I am getting duped. Video 8.
One big prosecutor look at it all. Would that make you feel good, you think?
Well, I think it's in the case of Epstein, they've already looked at it, and they are looking at it, and I think all they have to do is put out anything credible. But, that was run by the Biden administration for 4 years. I can imagine what they put into files, just like they did with the others.
Now, you heard him there saying Republicans got duped. Just a reminder that some of these Republicans, he says, got duped by these, what he's now calling the Epstein hoax, were people he put into the highest echelons of his administration. And that includes the Attorney General, Pam Bondi, the head of the FBI, Kash Patel. Even his own Vice President, J.D. Vance, called at times to release these so-called Epstein files. President Trump is now doubling down on this idea that this is a hoax, that this was perpetuated by Democrats. Of course, that is not true. This was a real occurrence, a real thing that happened. And it's also something that a number of people went to the ballot box in November and cast their ballot for President Trump in order to get these files released, in order to hold the so-called elite accountable, in which there have been long rumors that Jeffrey Epstein was covering for. So this is now becoming a real divide between President Trump and his MAGA base. And I'm talking to a number of these people. Some of them, sure, they've started publicly pivoting away from this issue. They don't want to be in the crosshairs of President Trump, but others are confused. They're angry. They don't understand why he is lashing out. And it's just unclear right now where this goes from here. Kristen Holmes.
So I got duped. Why didn't you do this on April 1st and call it an April Fool's joke? And I would have went, oh, man, you got me. But all of your influencers, your attorney general, your FBI director, your assistant FBI, they got me. I tell you what, they got me. That was a good one. That was a good one. You got me there. I was duped. You got me. What? Then you call me stupid? Just saying. Just saying. So, credibility. We got duped. It was a hoax. Now, let me say this. Donald J. Trump shot himself in the foot here. He did this to himself. He really did, okay? He did. I just have to say, he allowed this to go. He knew. They have numbers. They're smart people, okay? He knows. He has people come in, they're politicians that come in and say, this percent of your base, give me number 14, this percent of your base, this is the issue they're interested in. This percent of the base is interested in this. They know what percent of the base that believes we didn't land on the moon. Trump knows that. He's got it laying on the desk. So he knows the age groups, the percent of the base, and who said these conspiracy theories, as they would call them, have to come out. Have to come out. You have to remember, people in their 30s and very early 40s, is that what you'd say, 30s? And very early 40s, very early? That's the Ron Paul revolution that they did everything to get rid of and tamp down. The Ron Paul revolution. And Ron Paul said the day we lost the republic is the day JFK, is it November 1963? Was it November 13th, November 3rd? Oh, wow. I apologize for not knowing that date. But I think it was November 19, was it the 13th? 1963? He knows. He did this. Now, the media has found that wedge point. If we could pull back, boom, they have found it. They have found the wedge point. And Donald Trump is exacerbating. He's making it worse. You know, I can't get that one right. Donald Trump is just making this by the minute. You're not the Pope, bro. So yesterday, and we're going to get out. We're going to come back. We've got 30 minutes before the Georgia hour takes place. Wow. I don't know that I can do the Georgia hour. There's things I have to report in the Georgia hour. I'm going to have to decide in the next segment if I could bring myself to do it. I mean, I keep wondering when they're going to take me out. Today might, and I don't mean for ice cream. Yeah. No. I'm like a damn dog that thinks he's going to the park. It ends up at the vet. Just saying. Just saying. Where am I at here? I have one more I wanted to show you. Now, I got to put this in the box for a reason. They've come out with the polling. All right. We're going to go here. 2 minutes, we're out. And then we're going to have another segment. So the polling is out. Now, you know, I don't put the poll. 104. What numbers am I calling this morning? I'm sure glad I'm not calling bingo. 104. Is the government covering up evidence related to Epstein case among 2024 Trump voters? 59%. Yes. Now, I know they didn't call you. Number 105. They didn't call me. Is the government covering up evidence related to the Epstein case? Yes. Now, this is, I think this is MAGA voters. I forget what this sample is. Then give me number 106. Should the government release all documents related to the Epstein case among 2024 voters? All right. Yes, 83%. Should the government release all documents related to the Epstein case? And then here is the polling I want to show you. All right. And there's a reason why this is time released. Now, for the seriousness of this show, we lay out the theatrics, the theater, the next step in this soap opera, why it is time released. Go back and set yourself up for when Elon Musk said a couple weeks ago that he was going to start the American Party. When? Right before the whole Epstein. Right before, remember? That was right after the big, beautiful bill. You thought that kindly, but it didn't. So now, after they get their issue, what would separate? Now, I played this for you yesterday where Previs up there, former RNC chair, said, look, if you got a couple $100 million, you may not be able to break the two-party structure. He said that. You can't break that. I mean, but what you can do is you can affect a couple state house, state senate. Maybe you could affect a couple congressional races. And we know that's just enough to let Democrats take control. So that is out there. So it's time for polling. Unrelated, though, 114. Republican control of Congress and White House. Good for the country? Bad for the country. Okay. All right. Okay. We'll take that. Now, here's the interesting one that I actually think could be accurate, and I think it's a little higher than the real numbers. I'll tell you this in a minute. 115. Your opinion of a party, Democrat Party, 28% have a favorable, 54 unfavorable. See, I think there could be truth in that. You see, we, the American people, only have two choices, basically. When we go, we basically only have two choices when we go to vote, Democrat or Republican. We basically don't vote really, we vote for the person. We voted for Donald Trump, not Republican. Favorability, Republican 33, 51 unfavorable. And the reason I think this number is accurate for the simple reason, is, Elon Musk puts $400 million. What's that in 124 billion? What does he have? And he could actually alter the power structure in Washington, D.C. I'm just saying, I would have bought Little X the bicycle. I would have. I'd have thrown him a party at Chuck E. Cheese. I'd have said, what do you want? And I would let Elon Musk have his little, NASA guy up there and a chocolate key with gold tint foil around it to the White House. I think I would have before I let this happen. But then again, all right, when we return, I want to talk about the Doge. Now? Yes. Take a break.
Massive truck discounts are back at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Up to $10,000 off Silverado 1500s. Up to $5,000 off Silverado 2500s. Don't wait. Get them before they're gone. $10,000 off Silverado 1500s. $5,000 off Silverado 2500s at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Days Chevrolet. Days gets it done. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report. Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
All right, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. False alarm. Mexican Coke will not be identifying Mexican Coke, will not have the label American Coke, according to Gulf of Mexico, Gulf of America. Can we get our Coke back? Just saying. I mean, Coke in a bottle. All right, folks, I'm your host, BKP. You're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. Give me number 117. Diane, how are you today? Go from 117, and I might want 125 after that. 117 right now. $9 billion. Okay, Senate passes Trump's Doge cuts package, sends it to the House. Bill would cancel $9 billion in federal funds for foreign aid and public broadcasting. Now, Democrats are out there telling you that if we do this, you will not get an alert on your phone. You will not get an emergency. The money will be gone. The winds, the high winds, the rains, the fire, the flood, everything will come through your town. You will all die because your phone will not notify you because Trump has taken this money away from public broadcasting. Just not true. Absolutely not true. But keep this in mind. This is $9 billion that's still out there that could go to the printing press Friday, that through Doge identifying this. Remember that old Doge thing, right? Give me 125. The old Doge thing, 5148. Senate passes Trump's $9 billion a couple S's in there, bill, clawing it back. They're not going to print it. Now, Trump, we've talked about Epstein for an hour and a half. We've talked about that. We would generally, right here, we would be jumping up and down with excitement of defunding PBS, right? NPR. But we're busy. Just say. So just thought I would bring that up. I have a quick question. This is in development. We always find these in development. Here you go. Number 112. Israel attacked Damascus, Syria. Okay. So Israel has bombed Damascus, Syria. Just saying. Just putting it out there. 119. Here's a nice one. I like this one because it actually has Trump's Doge cut package, right? I thought Elon Musk was the head of Doge. Now, 126. Will he fire? That is the question of the day. Will he fire Jerome Powell or not to fire Jerome Powell? Here's the one thing I'm going to say about this. I'm not going to capitalize on a slip. When I say a slip, 134, but the media is absolutely enjoying this. They're enjoying this. Did Trump forget he appointed Powell? I think what Trump did yesterday was just a genuine slip. I don't think he forgot. He's the one that gave the guy the job. All right. So I gotta say, now, Trump give you a job on Monday. Well, you never know what'll happen by Thursday, right? So give me right here, number 72. If Epstein's not out there and the media's not running Epstein and Charlie Kirk's not talking about Epstein and Megyn Kelly's not talking about Epstein and Alex Jones is not saying you're not the Pope, bro, we would be talking about Joe Biden and the auto pen, and we would be talking about, his pardons. And we'd be talking about his doctor pleading the fifth. Anthony Bernelli, is that his name? Former assistant to Biden's and senior advisor to the First Lady. Wednesday, that was yesterday, he pled the fifth. Hey, is Biden, is he cuckoo? What's the deal here? Is Biden out to lunch? No, he's not. Oh, wait a minute. Was I supposed to say I plead the fifth? He pleads the fifth yesterday. You can't make that up. So if we weren't talking about Epstein, we'd be talking about 138, the fentanyl bill that President Trump signed yesterday. That's some of the things we would be talking about, right? And so we've got the midterms coming up. '77, '78. Right? This is some of the stuff that's out there everywhere in the media. Trump makes it personal with MAGA over Epstein. 78. Miranda Devine, we know her, put out the facts. Trump's base wants the truth about Epstein and many other injustices, whether Prez cries hoax or not. I mean, I'm just saying it's out there and he has to deal with it. It's too late to say credible. All right. It's too late to release 25 documents and say that's credible. It's too late for that. We have to know, hey, let me just say this. America's tired of it. Give me number 62. America's tired of it. Now, you take Jeff Bezos. We'll use him for an example. All right. A billionaire, an Amazon billionaire. A billionaire. Amazon. And he has this woman here, Lauren Sanchez, is that her name? And I just go through and I see these kind of, they just had what? Was it a $100 million, $80 million wedding, right? And then this one is, a $5 million diamond. People are hungry. People can't pay their rent. They can't pay their bills. Can't pay. And then we have political stunts that, well, we're going to go out and say, you can't buy any more farmland next to China, next to military bases. That's what we're going to do. All stunts. But, don't forget, when it comes to Amazon, they created the atmosphere, the perfect atmosphere to kick in ordering from home to create billions of dollars for these people. They call it COVID. I mean, COVID was designed for these $800 million to become billion, 5 billion, 50 billion. COVID was designed for the poor, middle class, whatever you want, to enrich these people. Amazon, yes, Amazon was big. They were set up. It's almost like they knew this was coming and they were set up and it was the perfect timing for these people to become just enormously $100 million yachts, $5 million rings. Right now, Let me show you something. We've talked about this before. We talk about housing, and that's the only reason I want to put that up. American people are sick of this stuff. Well, Epstein, it doesn't matter. The American people, I am telling you, it's not just what you want to call MAGA. The American people are sick of this stuff. Give me, let's see. I want to see if this is it. Give me number 64, and we got to get ready for the Georgia Hour. Foreign buyers purchased $65 billion worth of existing homes in the United States between April 2024 and March 2025, up by 33.2%. One more time, foreign buyers purchased $56 billion worth of existing homes in the United States, April 2024 to March 2025, up 33%. In the term of numbers of properties, they bought 78,100 units, a 44% increase from the prior year. Average price, $494,000. 65. China was the top buyer nation of U.S. existing homes, making up 15% of all foreign purchases. Take that down. But I got duped. I got duped by a Democrat hoax once again. Yep. That was me. I got duped by a Democrat hoax while all this is going on. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll come back right at the top of the hour. 10 o'clock will be the Georgia Hour. Let me check some things. So we'll be here at 10 for the Georgia Hour in about 7 minutes. Take a break.
Massive truck discounts are back at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Up to $10,000 off Silverado 1500s. Up to $5,000 off Silverado 2500s. Don't wait. Get them before they're gone. $10,000 off Silverado 1500s. $5,000 off Silverado 2500s at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Days Chevrolet. Days gets it done. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCar Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
Massive truck discounts are back at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Up to $10,000 off Silverado 1500s. Up to $5,000 off Silverado 2500s. Don't wait. Get them before they're gone. $10,000 off Silverado 1500s. $5,000 off Silverado 2500s at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Days Chevrolet. Days gets it done. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Welcome to the Georgia Hour. Welcome to the Georgia Hour. I am your host, BKP. You're watching the Georgia Hour on voiceofruralamerica.com. Welcome, Diane. Now, from our last segment, let me just briefly make a statement because many of you have made comments and you're still with us here. I did not ask you in the last segment to leave or stop supporting President Donald Trump. I did not. It never happened. We had an open discussion. It didn't happen. As you know, I still wear my Trump watch. I have my Trump pin, and I have the hat. The day you come to the program and that's gone and this is gone, and then that'll be that day. Until then. So very clear, no matter what you make out of this morning's program from 8 to 10, I did not tell you to stop supporting Donald Trump. Didn't happen. Want to be clear. You never know. The do-naster could go out there and say that, right? All right. So, and I got your messages, and I think you could be, I'll leave it like that. I think you could be correct. Now, in Georgia, we have a Senate race. And we have a Senate race. We have Jon Ossoff. Now, we will, in time, we will develop more in the program to where we can get more of the politics of the state and what's going on into maybe an hour and a half. I'm not for sure how this is going to work, but give me number 76. So we have a Senate race, and we're going to tie this right in to, in Georgia, if you're watching from sea to shining sea, we did. Donald Trump won the state of Georgia this November. He won. Now, the percentage and the number of votes he won by, it's not really impressive. It's not that it wasn't a landslide, but he won. He won, okay? And the reason I bring that up is a lot of people talk about that black men shifted for Trump, okay? And what's his name? Estevez? What is his name? I don't want to get his name wrong. This is not to be disrespectful to any candidate. But there's a lot of talk that in Georgia, black men shifted to Trump. The gentleman that may end up being the candidate, the Democrat candidate, is it Estevez? Did I get that right? What's his name? I think he's a state senator down in Atlanta, former Atlanta Board of Education member. Anyhow, that will shut down black men moving over to a Republican. It will. We'll talk more about that as the process goes on. So what I'm getting at here, as we get into the Georgia Republican Party and the implosion that's taking place in Georgia, and how people better pay attention across the state and across the country, Jon Ossoff is up for re-election, and we are looking for a candidate to run against him as a Republican that can pull off a win. The Senate's biggest 2026 fundraising outliers. Top fundraising and competitive Senate races, second quarter 2025. Jon Ossoff is setting a record pace. Now, before you yell at me, well, it's coming from California, and it's coming from here, and it's coming from overseas, and it's coming from George Soros. Well, it has arrived and it's in his damn bank. Got it? Because they smell blood in the water. And they plan to keep that seat. Democrats plan to keep the seat, John Ossoff, in Georgia. And they also plan a consolation prize, an extra one or two, maybe governor, lieutenant governor, secretary of state. They plan to take something else if they can. And they plan to narrow the majorities in the Georgia State House and the Georgia State Senate. That's what they plan. So Trump won Georgia, and people went and voted for Donald J. Trump, not basically Republican, but they did. And now the Republican Party has imploded under the leadership of Josh McCoon, while he caters, the Georgia GOP chair, to the Frost family still this morning that we're aware of, who are involved in a $140 million Ponzi scheme. So take that down. Now, someone asked me why this is not getting the traction on Newsmax, why it's not getting the traction on Fox, why it's not getting the traction in other places. This story, it is a placeholder. As soon as the networks need this to be a top story, it will turn into one. And the AJC's pulling it along every day. So I'm going to give you two things that you just can't make up. Here is the family. If you're new to the program, here's number 5. This is the Frost family. And let me give you just a little bit of recap. We won't take time on this on a daily basis, but this is the Frost family. And Brant Frost the fourth is the guy in the plaid jacket. Mom is Krista. Then you have the 4 daughters. And then you have Brant Frost on the end, the 5th. Now, they're all involved in, and I'm going to have some argument and pushback, well, they didn't all work there. They didn't all have a desk. They didn't all have a job. They all played a role. Brant Frost the 4th and Krista Frost groomed this entire family to play a role to manipulate people out of their money, whether it was at the church, whether it was at church camp, whether it was at a political rally. Everyone played a role in manipulating people of thinking they were just patriots, good people, honest, God-loving, Sunday school, preaching, praying, evangelicals, whatever they are, Christians, and everybody had a role. Now, there are victims out there in articles, right? There's victims out there in articles saying that Brant Frost the 5th on the far end was in on it. And here he is, number 20, Brant Frost the 5th, okay? The albino rhino, the up-and-coming cult leader. And there he is with smiling his friend, first vice chair currently, Sally Grubbs. And here he is, number 21. This goes back just a little bit. Here he is as a candidate on the John Frederick Show, right? And here he is with on the far end, and there's Josh, and there's Vicky Consiglio, and there's John, and there's Princess Caroline, and there's Sally Grubbs on the far end, right? There he is. Very entangled into the Georgia Republican Party. Brant Frost. Brant Frost was the face guy. Many people out there really don't know Brant Frost IV, number 41, the dad, because Brant Frost V put himself out as the face man in this organization, meaning not that people don't know him, but was he in on it? Brant Frost V. And the answer is yes. Victims are saying, look, this guy, Brant Frost V, when the fourth wasn't available, he was in the office. I would talk to him. He would issue interest payments. He made deals when people called in. So what we do know, give me 87, is Brant Frost V solicited, all right, he solicited Georgia Republican Party state delegates. He solicited Georgia Republican Party state committee members, Georgia Republican Party executive committee members. He solicited Georgia Republican Party former chairman. We've not been told if he solicited the current chairman, Josh McCoon. They have a great relationship. This guy, not Brant Frost IV. We have the emails. This guy, as a face guy for First Liberty, right? The Ponzi scheme that basically stole from people. Well, they did. They stole from people. Not basically. Where am I getting that at? Just anyhow. So, Brant Frost V, he is the guy that on Hewitt, right? He is the guy on John Fredericks. This guy is the guy sending out emails. He's doing PR work across the country. This guy here. Now, they are all in on it. And when I say that, because when you start looking at the political contributions of this family, they used everyone in the family to send. So you'll find a political contribution from Brant Frost V. You'll find political contributions from Krista Frost, mommy, Katie Frost, Daddy Frost. You'll find political contributions from First Liberty. All right? You'll find political conversations in the other daughters' names. You will find political donations, contributions in the name of GRA PAC, which Brant controlled the PAC. You'll find money from there. You'll find First Liberty Building and Loan possibly putting money in GRA. You could find all of these things if you look. So they're all in on it, right? And what does this guy do? Now keep in mind, because Bill Simons called me retarded yesterday. He put an asterisk. He took one letter out and put an asterisk thinking I wouldn't understand that he called me retarded, okay? But he did. Why are you're as retarded as Kylie, because you know that the Georgia GOP and the RNC have nothing to do with this whatsoever. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Because you have delegates to the RNC. You have, right? You have relationships with the RNC. You have Brant Frost, the guy on there is Coweta County GOP chair, former second vice chair of the Georgia Republican Party, current state committee member. Now, even when this guy was not second vice chair, he controlled state committee meetings, the voting app, or the clickers for the voting. This is a guy that made sure it went on the screen after the state committee meeting, right, where there was a vote on endorsing Donald Trump. Long story, it was fake news. He's the guy that made sure they got a screenshot and ran the clickers. You see, when we went to that state committee meeting, they handed us all clickers. And we said, why? And they had our names on the clickers. Oh, yes, they had our names. Why? Well, we're going to use this for voting. And we're going to have things today that we, need to vote and register your name, how you voted. So we go in to the state committee meeting, and they give us these clickers. I was there. And they all had your name. So what they could do, they knew ahead of time that they were going to find people and take pictures of their names on a certain resolution. Oh, everything's corrupt. So anyhow, now Katie Frost, 3rd District Chair, and of the Georgia GOP, Chair of the Finance Oversight Committee for the GOP. This is for you, Bill Simons, because I'm not exactly as retarded as you think I am. And she is state committee member. She is also executive committee member. She's also the secretary for the 3rd District. So they are entwined. And then you have Mama Frost, Krista Frost, second vice chair of Coweta County GOP. And she is a state committee member, and she was on the nominating committee, and they're just it's so incestuous. Now, Josh McCoon, the chairman of the Georgia GOP, is obviously okay. The victims are not the concern here. To Josh McCoon, actions speak louder than words. To Josh McCoon, the Georgia GOP chair, it's really the Frost family he's concerned about. Now, so this guy here, and I'm really asking the question point blank. It's a question. I can ask that. Can we find out if around June 10th, we're going to throw it out there. This is a question, folks. Relax. But can we find out somewhere around June 10th, right? If he left the country, this guy here, he would be recognizable. He's 3 shades of white. Did he leave the country? I just want to know around June 10th. Please help us here. Did he go to Europe? I know he went to the UK on his honeymoon. No. I'm talking about around June 10th. Did he go to, I just want to know. Now, so this guy right here, now we have to, I'm going to give you some action items. We have to send nice messages. Easy, I'll explain. I don't want attack messages. If you're just going to write the nastiest, ugly attacks, I don't want you writing them, and God knows I don't want you to say that I encouraged it in any way whatsoever. I'm going to explain in a minute. And you could even use my name if you put the message. So yesterday I get a message, and I said, this is not true. This is not true. I mean, I've been duped. I've been duped before. The Epstein files. Just the day before I was duped. Right? First Liberty's founder's son launches new lending firm after collapse. Well, hell no, that's not possible. Right? Brett Frost V, a prominent Republican activist, filed documents to create Heartland Capital before his father was accused of running a $140 million Ponzi scheme. Well, not before. Well, the shutdown. We'll get our dates here. 88. Homeland Capital, Domestic Liability Company, Homeland Capital, Active Compliance, Mortgage and Non-Mortgage Loan Brokers. Edwin Brant Frost V in Coweta County. It just can't be true, right? Because you go over here, 89, we don't have time to go through all of these. You go over here, 89, right? And right here, 89. Right-wing scammers at First Liberty turned Patriot Economy into Ponzi scheme. That's Brant Frost. That is the extra white guy, 3 shades of white. Okay. Patricia Murphy, this is an opinion piece she wrote, but as you can see, that's on the John Frederick show, right? We say yes when the big ones. This is the guy that was out doing it. So he's in on it. He has a mortgage lending, non-mortgage loan company. I'm like, that's not right. So here you go. Here's your first action. My understanding is that the Secretary of State's office in Georgia has a civil investigation of their own into First Liberty building and loan. So you need to write the Secretary of State's office, Brad Raffensperger, write him, okay? Write Gabriel Sterling. Look, save calling them a bunch of names on a different day. You need to write them and say, we need them to get mail bags full and say, Mr. Secretary, I know that made you just choke a little bit, right? Mr. Secretary, we understand that the Georgia Secretary of State's office has a current investigation into First Liberty Building and Loan. Could we please ask you how our state, while investigating that Ponzi scheme that has now been determined a Ponzi scheme, how the state of Georgia could issue and register a business to Brant Frost V, name the business and what it is. Could you please explain that to us? Because I have to say this right here. Go back to, not that one, go back to 87. They need to explain to us how in the state of Georgia, even if they got something legal, send it to us, how in the state of Georgia that these people could be under a $140 million Ponzi scheme, all right? And Brad Raffensperger is aware of it because we're going to mention him next. But how they could be aware of a $140 million Ponzi scheme in the state of Georgia, across this country, FBI, SEC, everybody's involved, right? And this guy opened a new business in the state of Georgia. Basically, the same business model that was just shut down. That needs answered. Now, so we've asked, the Georgia GOP could have. I've asked Rich McCormick. I sent a message. I've asked Rich McCormick, Congressman. I've asked statewide officers in the state of Georgia, statewide elected officials. I've asked people running for office, when are you going to make a statement? The Georgia GOP, right? If you have it out there, send me their statement. Because remember, there's victims in this. And remember, that should be the priority. And remember, we have an election coming up. And I'm going to tell you, I had a lawmaker that is running for office, when I asked about this, that actually sent back and said, how much of the population, what percent of the population know who the Frost family is? I'm like, really? That's your question? I mean, so if they don't know who the Frost family is, victim schmictum. Those are my words, victim schmictum. Anyhow, so remember, right? Just 2 days ago, you can't make this up, America. Number 53. Blue Ridge Grill or whatever in Atlanta, they were yucking it up. I am told at the table, this is what I'm told, and you're always welcome to send me a correction, but I'm told at this table is also Ginger Howard, the RNC state committee man for the state of Georgia, Jason Thompson. No, not Amy Kramer, Jason Thompson, right? I'm hearing Ginger Howard and Betsy Kramer. That's what I'm hearing at the table. Now, Michael Whatley, the chair of the RNC, Josh McCoon, and Josh's attorney, the registered agent for the Georgia GOP. Now, keep in mind, throw this out here, number 31, just to put it in place, that is Alex Kaufman. Number 31, Chalmers, Adams, Backer, and Kaufman. 32, here he is. He's the Kaufman in Kaufman. That should be their commercial. I'm the Kaufman in Kaufman. That's me, Kaufman. There he is. And in the number 28 consent judgment from the judge right here the other day, and I want to make sure that when I say something, a certain something, it's for Bill Simons to relate to. I do not want anybody offended. So here's Alex Kaufman. Here's the judge, right? There's the judge. Consent judgment. And he orders number 30. Wow. He orders number 30. He orders $34,733 to be sent to Chalmers, Adams, Backer, and Kaufman. You know, I would have thought the Frost family would have hired Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe, but they did. But just saying, just throw that in there. Kaufman, right? Would that be the Kaufman that is the attorney for the Georgia GOP, Inc., where the Frost family are so incestuous? Would he also be their attorney in this case? I don't know. Bill Simons, this is directly for you. I mean, could you just clear me out? Just how retarded is that? Please, excuse me for using the word retarded. Bill Simons called me that yesterday. Well, he did put an asterisk in for one of the letters, thinking I was too retarded to figure out what the asterisk meant. Just saying, don't get offended with me, all right? Please. You know, it's like Michael Scott said on The Office. Well, I can't repeat that right now. Anyhow. So maybe, I don't know, Bill Simons, clear me up. Now, can't make this up. So the Georgia GOP has received an enormous amount of different kinds, whether it's in kind, whether they did things on a volunteer, or they advertised at First Liberty, right? If First Liberty Building and Loan ever advertised at a, put a banner up, advertised in the folders, go look at your Georgia GOP state, convention binder. Is their name in there anywhere? If they've ever advertised, did they pay them? Did they donate to them? The Georgia GOP Inc., take that down, can and should, right, go and look up at least partially this money. And Josh McCoon should come out and ask for the resignation of the Frost family immediately and present a check for the AJC to put on the front page that they're doing the right thing. Now, the rumor is, and I say rumor because there's nothing been directly put out there, the rumor is the Georgia GOP Inc. is setting aside money. We may not have to give this back. We may be able to keep this. What? That's the rumor. But they could put some kind of check forward and they could lead the way. Josh McCoon could come out today and they could be the people up front doing the right thing and say, you know what? Anyone across this state that received money, we want to be the first to give it back. It's up to you, but it would be the best thing for Republicans to put our foot forward and say that we're not going to profit or benefit in any way from ill-gotten gains that have been taken from a grandmother in a walker. Let me just say this, okay? For the anger, if there's a granny rolling down the road that has $250,000 and it's their last dime, Brant Frost V would take granny's money and push her out in traffic. That's just my opinion, right? That's who they are. So I want to stay right there just for a minute. What would they do? Right? If you will commit these kind of alleged crimes, we got to allege, right? What would you do? What would you do? And I'm going to give you that in a minute. Well, they wouldn't do that. They're good people. They're church-going people. They wouldn't do that. Oh, so they draw the line here in what they would, $140 million from Granny in a wheelchair or her portion. Oh, but they wouldn't do this. It's okay they stay in the Georgia Republican Party because when you cross over the Rubicon here to the Georgia Republican Party, Inc., they are beyond reproach. They're good people over here. Okay, so bad people, good people. Just checking. Now, this is where no one crickets, but this is where I also struggle. I almost didn't do this segment today because I've already been attacked for it once. Because I'll look you in the eye. A state lawmaker, I asked yesterday, a candidate for office, when are you going to make a comment? When are you going to tell people to give their money back? And I said, a certain guy did. Well, I'll give you the answer in a minute, what I got. So 2 days ago, it was a win-win, number 40. They got a win-win out of this. Now, Gabriel Sterling, I know, you just choked up a little of your breakfast. I get it. I'm with you. But Gabe Sterling, who I think is running for Secretary of State, he comes out and he puts out Brad Raffensperger's statement. They did a tag team on this. So Brad Raffensperger, the Secretary of State, this is his statement which Gabriel Sterling ran. Now is the time for every elected official, candidate, or political action committee, Republican Party of Georgia, who receive financial support from the entity currently under investigation to stand up and help the victims. Ill-gotten gains do not belong in the state capitol. 2 days ago or 3 days ago now, right? Okay. So started, well, you got a little bit, Brad, from the Frost family. So Brad Raffensperger, in this case, does the right thing. All right. Is that acceptable? That in this particular moment, Brad Raffensperger, of all people, leads the way, as the AJC called him the other day, a top Republican in Georgia. That's what they called him on the headline. 95. They are loving this over at the AJC because it seems like just a month ago, Republicans were going to get rid of him, and now they're calling him the top Republican, and Josh doesn't know what to do. So Brad Raffensperger takes a picture of a check, $8,417.15. He has the UPS Express envelope there. It's going in. What a staged political moment. Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger returns $8,417.15 in donations and in-kind contributions he received from First Liberty. Damn, the Ponzi scheme. Raffensperger is the first senior GOP, or they're loving it, top senior official to urge candidates to return donations. Now, I've asked several, right? So I asked one state official, top official, who is a candidate, when they're going to come out with a statement, when they're going to push these people to start giving their money back. Brad Raffensperger did it, and I got back, you sound like a Brad man. What? That's what you said? You sound like a Brad man. Not, we are concerned about the victims, and I do think there's something that needs to be done, and we do need to come up and be head and shoulders. We need to get out in front of this, right? You sound like a Brad man. I sent back and said, you know better than that. You know better than that. I'm not a Brad Raffensperger man. I mean, him and Chris Carr, they've investigated me for 15 years now, right? I'm a Brad. Really? But this is happening now. So we got crickets. Why are they not stepping up? This guy's opening, who would come out and condemn these people, right? Now, I will tell you, the base votes, and the base knows this is happening. Yes, the base votes, and the base knows this is happening. So while Josh, number 53, is with Alex Kaufman and Michael Watley, and they're yucking it up, right? And then you got 52. There's the guy, Dennis Futch. He's got a private plane, very wealthy. He gets a seat at the table. There they are, and there's Josh and Watley. And I mean, what rigged the state convention? What rigged state convention? This is my man, Josh. Plow forward. Don't care. You'll be okay. So you're wondering, is anyone, I mean, maybe Jason Thompson. Jason Thompson is the RNC. Jason Thompson is the Georgia State RNC committee man. Now, what does that mean? Every state in the United States, let me just throw this out quickly. Every state in the United States gets 3 votes on the RNC. 3 votes. Okay? You get a vote. You go to the spring, I think it's twice a year. You go to the spring and fall meeting. So they have different trainings for different committees throughout the year. But you have a spring and a fall meeting resolutions, platform. You try to get on different committees, whatever. Now, when it comes to voting on rule changes or whatever, every state gets 3 votes. The chairman of your state is on the RNC committee. He gets a vote. He or she gets a vote. Then every state has a state committee man, meaning you, the delegates, have voted for this person, saying you want them to represent you at the RNC. And you're also on the executive committee of your state GOP, right? And you have a state committee woman that goes to RNC. That's your representative as a party member. This goes all the way back to your county, your district. These are your representatives to the RNC. Now, that being said, so maybe Josh McCoon, nothing. Maybe Jason Thompson, nothing. Well, yesterday, and this caught my eye last night, a very big risk. This is a big risk, but this is courage. This is courage. This is doing the right thing. 97. Republican National Committee Amy Kramer, Georgia National Committee woman. So Amy Kramer is the Georgia National Committee woman. For immediate release, July 16, 2025, RNC National Committee woman of Georgia, Amy Kramer, calls for the immediate removal of the Frost family from all Georgia GOP leadership. Now, she writes the conditions she has in there. Katie Frost, the chair of the financial oversight, the resignation, removal of all members of the Frost family, specifically Brant Frost IV, Brant Frost V, Katie Frost, Krista Frost, from all roles, committees, leadership positions within Georgia Republican Party. Full refund. Now, she also calls for the full refund. Now, she is the state committee woman. This has got RNC on it now. All right? It's got RNC. It's like, you know what? I can't sit here any longer. I mean, my phone's ringing off the hook. Because I understand that, okay? When I was first vice chair of the Georgia Republican Party, my phone rang off the hook and it would start, what are you going to do about this? Right? What are you going to do about this? So I can understand, I don't know this for a fact, I can understand around the state, her phone's probably ringing off the hook. When are you guys going to do something? What did you guys do? Are you just going to let this go? Is anyone going to ask for their resignation? Because you have to understand, with this on the screen, we've been told by several people, I cannot confirm this, but what I can confirm is the Frost family, particularly Brant Frost V, while Mother Krista, Katie Frost, and the children worked their manipulation, right? Everybody had a role, but every one of them were solicited. That's the delegates, state committee, executive committee, and the chairman, all solicited by First Liberty. Now, we've been told that we think, right, 3 of the executive committee are investors. That's what we're told. We don't know how many state committee members, which about 150, and we don't know how many delegates of about 2,000. And we don't know if the current chairman, Josh McCoon, because he's awful quiet, is invested. And the rumor swirls around David Schaefer, the former chair, being invested. Right? So the phone is ringing off the hook. We don't know how many people out there, because it could be, now they're reporting over 300, and that was national, right? all the way back at 2014. It's just a coincidence, folks. Coincidence. But the Georgia GOP incorporated in 2014. The investigation on the Ponzi scheme starts in 2014. Just a coincidence, just saying it. But she steps out and says, look, these people got to be removed immediately. My phone is ringing off the hook. I got to make a statement. 96. So we don't know what the outcome of this will be. And we're going to let you know something out there as far as a party. Because here's what happens. Here's what happens. And I can look you in the eye and tell you it's happening. And I can tell you Josh McCoon don't give a shit. All right? So this is Amy Kramer for immediate release. This was 8 hours ago. She posted this. She tweeted this out. She published it on her letterhead. She is the Georgia RNC State Committee woman, a member of the executive committee. She's gone public. We have to give the money back. We have to get these people out. We cannot let people out there think that we still have these kind of people in the organization, right? So take that down. Let's go back to right here. I want to put her letter up. That was a tweet. Where's the letter? Give me 97. Let's put 97 as I make this explanation. Let's stay with the Republican Party of Georgia for just a minute, okay? So let me give you a little breakdown if you're out there, and just so you know, moving right along. In the Republican Party of Georgia, we have a state committee, basically 150 people. Now, considering your delegate strength in your counties, you're given a number of state committees. Smaller counties might only have one state committee member. Larger counties might have 3 or 4. It all depends. But I think, don't get me on the rules. Let's not get on the let's not get on the details here, the particulars. But I think what happens is every district, which we have 14, gets so many state committee members, and then the district chair is supposed to dole them out according to the counties and their delegate strength in the counties, so on and so forth. But you end up with 150 state committee members. I think you end up with 28 executive committee members. All 14 of the districts are state committee. All of your state officers are state committee. Your committee man, your committee woman to the RNC, your chairman, your former chairman, whatever number that comes to is the executive committee, right? Then in Georgia, we have what's called an over 80 and an under 80. So any county that the population is under 80,000, we have a chair for that. That's Kathy Hurley, all right? And then anyone, who's the chair for over 80? That's slipping my mind, the over 80. But anyhow, that is, what's his name down there in Cherokee, right? That's his name. I know who he is. He's down there in Cherokee. I forget how to pronounce his name. But anyhow, Cherokee County GOP chair is the over 80. But we have an over 80, all right? Now, what is happening is on the county level, people are going to their meetings, people are calling their county chairs, and they're exploding. What the hell? When are we going to do something about that? Are we putting out a statement? And county chairs are saying, hold on, let me call our district chair. You got district chairs out there. Phone calls. What are we doing? Is our member of Congress going to give back the money? Are these state reps? What are we doing? Are we going to leave these people in place? And your district chairs are saying, hold on. let me call Josh. And they're calling Josh. And they're probably getting, hello, you have reached the Georgia Republican Party. Press 1 for English, 2 for Spanish, and 3 for dark hole, because I'm not calling you back. I mean, that's what you hear most of the time is Josh is ignoring this, not even commenting. What you have to do is you have to, for the Georgia Republican Party, you got a problem. County, district, you got a problem. You got elections coming up, all right? Elections coming up. The base, the hardcore primary, the base, putting a good candidate on the ballot. Democrats are every single day. This is getting news every day. You think Democrats are going to let this go? Do you think they're just leaving the politicians out of it for now? Right? Do you think they're just leaving? No, it's time release. They don't want to do all the stories in one day. They're going to wait over a period of time. These are all going to open up. Now, as soon as the Epstein dissipates, and as soon as the timing is right, and they need to ensure John Ossoff a win and possibly pull it out for a Democrat as governor, don't get caught off guard when this comes out and becomes a daily story on all the networks, social media. I wonder if First Liberty, the Frost family, will be on any campaign mailers. Could you see a campaign mailer coming out now against our candidate with the Frost family over here and our candidate over here and the amount of money that was given? Or what if a candidate invested? What if? Would you let this person who invested in this Ponzi scheme invest in your children's future? Oh, it's all coming, every bit of it, over time. First, county, go to your county chair, go to your state committee members, go to your district committee chair, that's your executive committee, and start demanding immediately that the Frost family leave. Josh has no choice but to come out and return the money. So we'll see what happens here to Amy Kramer for doing this. I mean, she could be, well, she could be in big trouble. Just saying. All right, I don't want to go there for now. I want to remind you, number 9, this is the nominating committee. I want to, when I say remind you, we have new viewers every day that's wanting to know what the hell's going on in Georgia. We had our entire, if you're a Republican Party, state Republican Party out there in America, Michael Whatley does not care. Michael Whatley is not interested. No matter what your establishment does at the top to steal your convention, that is fine with him. That's the actions we're seeing. Because in Georgia, I am not carrying David Cross's water. I'm not carrying Kylie Kramer's water. I'm not carrying a single candidate's water. But what I am saying as a delegate for years, as the former first vice chair of the Georgia Republican Party, removed for no good reason at all, as a state district delegate multiple times, I could tell you they stole, rigged, ran over, corrupt, everything about our election. Our convention was totally hijacked. Michael Whatley knows it, and it happened from the beginning. It's not when they handed the clickers out. You see, we already lost before those clickers ever come out of the box. The steal was in place. But they want me to power through it. They want me to power through. They always want me to just power through. Be okay. Power through it. They will be okay. They smile. Now, there's some innocent people in that picture. There are innocent people in that picture. Just leave it there. We won't go into any names. And then we always want to remind you, number 15, that Mike Crane, a former state senator, Mike Crane, the replacement for me as first vice chair, Mike Crane, the family friend that the Frost children call Uncle Mike, Mike Crane, the very close friend of Josh McCoon, the chairman of the Georgia GOP. He is the one that chaired our convention. And I will venture to we know he received a lot of money and campaign donations from the Frost. We know that. He hasn't mentioned anything about giving it back that I'm aware of. But I wonder how much he had invested in here. He is the chair. They had the lights off the whole entire time so they couldn't see the standing vote and count it and things like that. All corrupt. Yeah, he's the chair that facilitated that. Would you look up 2018? And if I'm off a notch, look up 2018, look up Brant Frost IV, look up Coweta County Board of Education, and see if there wasn't a legal altercation between Brant Frost IV and Coweta County Board of Education and Brant Frost IV, and see if Josh McCoon was Brant Frost IV's attorney at that time. Just check it. See if he's an attorney, a registered attorney for them when he left. All right, so this lady here, number 33, going to do it quickly, going to get out. This is, nope, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. My mistake here. This is number 35. She's a candidate. She is a candidate, okay? Her name is Candace Taylor for the 1st District of Georgia. There she is, pictured with her oldest son, Ryan, okay? She received what I can tell to be the last contribution from the Frost cookie jar, for $3,500 from Krista Frost on June 10th. Now, according to reporting, she's only got $3,000 on hand. So it doesn't look like she has the money. Now, she's having an event, number 34. Was that a payoff? That's our question. Was it a payoff? Just saying. Was it a payoff? We don't know. Why did Krista Frost give her $10,000, right? $10,000. No. Back up. Why did Krista Frost give her $3,500? Sorry, it's not $10,000. That's wrong. Sincere apology. Watch it. Ease up there, Candace. Okay? Don't be calling me a demon and all that kind of stuff just because I got it wrong. Why did Krista Frost give her $3,500 3 days after the convention that they both served on the nominating committee? I mean, what's going on here? Anyhow, she has an event tonight, July 17th. We're gonna promote it for her free of charge. We're promoting. She has an event in the 1st District tonight at 6:00, Wayne County Farmers Market. I would like for someone to go. You can contact me today, 9700. I would like for someone to go to this event tonight with a video camera, your phone, and ask Candace some questions about that donation. Why did she get it? Why did Krista Frost send it to her? Is she giving it back? She's only got $3,000. Is she going to wait till she collects some more money? How does she plan to handle it? Whatever. If you'll do that, if you want me to write some questions, I will. Contact me. I'd appreciate it if somebody would. Take that down. Let's see. How do I want to finish this? I mean, there's got to be a way. Let me see. Hold on. There's got to be a way. Yeah, I got it. Let's go with this. Number 38. All right. So the victims are first and foremost, folks. The victims that these people lied to, took their money, and gave them someone else's money, this Ponzi scheme. I believe, because I've said all along, so they would allegedly steal people's money and commit a crime allegedly as a family, right? They're the Frost gang. The Frost gang, in my eyes, would do this, right? And you understand they would do this. But they won't do this. That's the Georgia GOP. This, they will do. This, they can't be trusted. This, maybe they should go to jail. But here, oh, they have our full support, backing, can be trusted. They're good people over here. Now, I just want to leave you by saying, what would they do? What would the Frost family do? Because I told you yesterday, the silence, the crickets, I think the Frost family have what I call J. Edgar Hoover files, meaning they have built a file on everyone in the GOP, and they're probably daring people to talk. They are. They wouldn't do that. Oh, no. The $140 million Ponzi scheme. No. Europe vacation for a wedding. But they wouldn't do this. I would say there's rumor, ching, 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 rumor, that there's groups that invested. There's rumor that there's investments that have been made for people that are not in someone's name, so you can't connect back to an individual. It's flying all around. So, I mean, what wouldn't the Frost do? I mean, they're above this. And it's coming out. Contact me. Help us do the right thing here. Help us win in 2026. Help us win in 2026. There's a receiver. That is his phone number. That is his email address. Write your letters on a daily basis in a polite way to this individual. Write your letters. Write them every day if you want to write him. Write him. He needs to know. These people don't know. They don't know. They don't know this. They don't know. They don't know how entangled they really are in other ways. They don't know how they've solicited some of this stuff across the country. Be very respectful, professional, and have some substance and write them every day and tell them. Send the FBI a tip. Well, I probably should go. Today may be the day they take me out. And I don't mean for ice cream. I may be back tomorrow at 8 a.m. I may be. Just saying. I'll see you tomorrow. Good Lord willing. No joke.